Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Straight Outta Boston here, aka the King of Boston, and today we have received the call. Jim Lowry is getting called up to the major leagues. He's skipping AAA and heading right to the big league club. No injury replacement, no nothing. We are actually just replacing Bud Norris in the rotation. I'm not really quite sure why, because Norris had like a 3.7 ERA through the first, I don't know, 10 starts he had this year. But I know Chris Tillman, Wei-Yin Chen, and Aaron Harang are all struggling in this Orioles rotation. But anyway, I showed it on the screen just a minute ago, or not even a minute ago, just like 10 seconds ago. But I did end up purchasing one of those Road to the Show game breakers. So I've got double times the training points for the next 25 innings I pitch, and that cost 1,000 stubs. So I really don't play Diamond Dynasty too much, so I figured that would be a good use of my stubs. But anyway, here is our first major league game, taking on the Houston Astros, and our first, I guess, opponent plate appearance ends up with a flyout. That was Jake Marisnick, the leadoff hitter for the Astros. Now we're in the top of the second, and we pick up our first major league strikeout, start up that MLB K counter, and I'm going to end up having to change the little figure of Jim Lowry down there in the graphic. I didn't get around to that before today's episode, but I'll try to maybe do that before the next Jim Lowry episode. Get that Bowie Bay Sox Jim Lowry out of there and get a Baltimore Orioles Jim Lowry in there. But anyway, we pick up strikeout number 2 on Chris Carter here. And I was actually kind of happy to take on the Astros for my first start because they are a team that strikes out a lot. So I thought I could have some success against them. But they also do hit the long ball very well, and that is something we've struggled with. And Altuve almost gets a hold of one there. Luckily, our center fielder was there at the warning track to make the play. So we are through 3 scoreless innings so far. Evan Gattis up, and Gattis strikes out for the second time today. So we've got Gattis' numbers so far at least. Speaking of numbers, you can see Lowry rocking the number 63. You know, many top prospects end up taking numbers in the 60s, 70s, stuff like that, because teams are usually pretty hesitant to give young guys, like, you know, regular numbers for fear that they might get sent back down again, you know, et cetera, stuff like that. So I figured I would take the number 63. 33 was taken anyway. Maybe we'll get that next year. But anyway, top 4 still now. Jason Castro up, and that was a sick backdoor curveball right there. There was absolutely nothing that Jason Castro could do with that pitch. But now top 5, Chris Carter up. Carter's going to rip this one into left field. That is going to be a leadoff base hit here in the top of the 5th. So the Astros trying to get something going. Lowry's held him in check so far. 4 scoreless innings. Now George Springer up. That's going to be a little ground ball, but past the glove of our second baseman there, and that's going to get into right field. So back-to-back base hits to start out the inning. Next batter is Jake Marisnick. 0-2 count. Ground ball to the second baseman. To second for 1 on to first. In time, a big 4-6-3 double play ball. Now with 2 outs in the inning, the next batter is Jonathan VR, and VR strikes out swinging on the high fastball. Lowry works around the 2 leadoff singles, and now take a look at this play. Broken bad blooper. Lowry makes the catch. Whoa, take a look at this one. How he did not collide with first baseman Ryan Flaherty there, I have no idea, but take a look at that. Going just in front of him, putting the glove out and snagging that one. And then Evan Gattis goes down for the 3rd time today. Lowry's 7th strikeout of the evening. Top 7 now. Pitch 103 is a fly ball to center field, and that is going to be the 3rd out of the inning. You would think that would be it for Lowry, but Showalter brings him back out for the 8th. He gets the first 2 outs of the 8th, and then Gattis ends up walking, does not strike out that time. We're still in the game now. 119 pitches. We finally get strikeout number 8 and get out of the inning, and you'd think that would be it, but Showalter apparently forgot he has a bullpen. 127 pitches deep. I don't think Lowry's ever thrown more than, I don't know, 90 in a game. And then Carter with a little RBI double here. That's going to bring around the runner all the way from first. And then finally Buck Showalter, or maybe the bullpen phone wasn't working. I have no idea what was going on. Maybe David Ortiz smashed that one too. I have no idea, but finally Showalter gets us out of this game. I had no idea what he was doing. I wanted to come out after the 6th inning. I thought Lowry was getting tired, but his day would be done. 8 1/3, 10 hits allowed, but 1 earned run, 8 strikeouts to 1 walk, and Jim Lowry, with a pretty impressive showing in his MLB debut, gets player of the game and would end up picking up his first career major league victory. So a pretty exciting start, but Game 2 is going to be another start against the Houston Astros. This time we're in Houston. Their lineup's going to look a little bit different today, but take a look at Lowry getting highlighted on the broadcast once again, this time showing what he did last month. And of course he only made 1 professional start last month, or 1 major league start last month, so just another chance to look at the line here. But take a look at this. So the first batter of the game is Carlos Correa, and he's at a 14-pitch AB right now, and the 14th pitch is hit back up the middle. Correa Must have fouled off 8 or 9 straight pitches. I mean, I could not believe it. But now Evan Gattis is up the 1-1 count. Correa on the move. The throw down to second is in time, and a great play from our catcher. I don't know if that was Matt Wieters or maybe it was Caleb Joseph, but that would get us out of the inning. So bottom 2 now, Luis Valbuena up. He goes down looking on that slider right there. That's our first strikeout of the evening here in Houston. And now we are in the bottom of the 3rd, already 1 man on, and here's that man Carlos Correa up again, and Correa is going to hit this one into right field just under the glove of our second baseman there. I believe that's Rob Refschneider playing today, and that is going to get the runner to 3rd, so it's going to be 1st and 3rd now for the Houston Astros with the top of their lineup, or close to the top of the lineup or whatever coming up. And now it is going to be Jonathan Villar with 2 outs, 0-2 count. That one's ripped to left back and caught by our left fielder. Travis Schneider makes a running play and gets us out of the inning. So now bottom 4, Jose Altuve up, 0-2 count. He smokes one to deep left field. That ball is back, and that is a no-doubt home run. Our first home run that we've allowed in the major leagues. And take a look at the Astros train or whatever you call that thing. Going across the tracks there, Altuve gets the Astros on the board. And that would be a pretty big bomb for such a small little player there. But anyway, 2-0 count to Colby Rasmus. He's going to rip this one into right center field. And already with a runner on first, he's going to run for a while. That goes all the way to the wall. Center fielder over to play it. Here comes the runner around third. He will score, and it's going to be a 2-0 lead for the Houston Astros. And take a look at pitching coach out here to talk to Jim Lowry, trying to get him right here. So still no outs in the inning. Luis Valbuena up, and Valbuena is going to hit this one off of our foot, and then our first baseman picks it up. We try to go to cover. I don't know what Chris Davis was doing there. He probably should have just stayed at first and let us pick up the ball, but whatever. Some bad luck there. Chris Carter, the next batter, 3-2 count. This one's going to be grounded to Hardy at short, to second for 1 on a first in time. A big 6-4-3 double play. We can see it a run, but we do pick up 2 outs with 1 ground ball there. So now it's a 3-1 game here in the bottom of the 5th. Carlos Correa up next. Here we have to get off the man and field our position here. And a nice throw to first gets Correa on what looked like it might have been an infield single there. But a good defensive play by Lowry. Now still in the bottom of the 5th. VR up. Curveball, excuse me, for strike 1. Fastball fouled off for strike 2. And then the 0-2 count. That's going to be strike 3 on the changeup. VR tried to check his swing, but it was a called 3rd strike. So our second strikeout of the evening now. Jose Altuve up to start things off in the 6th. He rips that one into left field for a leadoff base hit. And that would do it for Jim Lowry. So kind of a disappointing second outing here, as Buck Showalter would take the ball from his young starter and make the call to the bullpen. So Lowry's day would be done. He ends up going 5+ innings, 3 earned runs, 8 hits, 2 strikeouts. He gets a no decision, no walks this time, as the Orioles would come back and win this game 7-3. But you can see definitely not Lowry's best stuff today. Didn't walk anybody, but only 2 strikeouts, and the 3 earned runs were not good stuff. But we got start number 3 here in Cleveland, and this is going to get started off with a deep shot to right field. That is back, and it's going to go off the wall. Francisco Lindor, he is fast, and he's going to run for a while. And take a look at this. He's going to round third. I have no idea what he was doing there. I mean, by the time Lindor got to third, our shortstop had already started to make the throw into home. So I literally have zero clue what Francisco Lindor thought he was doing. So he gets thrown out at home. We kind of catch a break right there. So now 2 batters later, Michael Brantley's up the 3-1 count. He's going to take ball 4 there, and he will walk down to first base with a 2-out walk here. So now the next batter is going to be Brandon Moss. First pitch of the AB. Brantley's off for second. The throw down, not in time, and Brantley is into second safely. So they got a man in scoring position now for Brandon Moss. 1-2 count. Slider inside is going to be hit back up the middle and into center field for a base hit. Jones will corral it. The throw to the cutoff man. And actually going to go through, but it will be not in time. And the run does come around at scoring. The Indians take a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning. Now Carlos Santana is the next batter. First pitch of the AB. Ground ball to the second baseman. Throw on to first in time. And Lowry is out of the inning. So we're going to skip ahead now to the bottom of the second. 1 man on. 0-2 count to Ryan Rayburn. And he becomes the first strikeout of the evening here for Jim Lowry. And also, I don't know why the Orioles were wearing the white pants today here on the road, even with the orange uniforms. I don't know why they were doing that. There's really no explanation for it. But take a look at this play from Manny Machado. Holy smokes, he whipped that one over to first. Let's take a look at the replay here. This is one thing I'm excited about to pitch for the Orioles and play for the Orioles, is they have some of the best defense in baseball. And look at Machado. He whipped that ball to first. I mean, that one wasn't even close. And anyway, we get Francisco Lindor to become our strikeout victim number 2 there, as he goes down on that changeup that was well outside of the zone. Now bottom 3, 3-2 count to Brandon Moss. He becomes strikeout number 3, and we've got 3 strikeouts through 3 innings, 1 earned run allowed so far. A 2-1 lead for the Orioles. 1-2 count to Lonnie Chisenhall. This is going to be grounded sharply to the second baseman, or the shortstop, to second for 1 on to first in time. That is our first double play ball. It will not be our last. And now bottom 4, 1-2 count to David Murphy. This is going to be hit just in front of the home plate there, and we would end up making the play, fielding our position nicely as we like to do. So bottom 6 now, still only 1 earned run allowed so far. That's going to be hit down the left field line for Michael Brantley. A tough play for Schneider, and Brantley's going to get into second base safely there with a leadoff double. So after a ground out by Brandon Moss would get Brantley over to third, the 3-2 count to Santana. That's going to be ball 4 on the changeup outside. I was kind of pitching around Santana anyway. I knew it was going to be hard to get him to swing at stuff outside of the zone. But here's a nice little double play ball to second for 1 onto first, and we're out of the inning. Once again, Lonnie Chisenhall with the big double play ball, and we would work our way out of it. Now bottom 7, David Murphy up. He would walk, and that would be the 4th walk of the day issued by Lowry. So he's definitely struggling with his command so far tonight. But anyway, a couple batters later, Francisco Lindor up. He actually strikes out there, but it's a drop third strike. And with 2 runners on, everyone's going to be safe, and that will load the bases. So we get credited with strikeout number 4. We got to make 1 more out, though, and it's Michael Brantley, one of the best hitters in baseball. It's a diving catch by none other than defensive specialist Delman Young. What just happened there? I don't believe my eyes. Delman Young with the diving catch to save the start. I mean, if that one goes by him, that might have been 4 bags for Brantley there. That might have been an inside the Parker if that one gets by the diving Delman Young. So Lowry's day would be done after that. 7 innings pitched, only 4 strikeouts, 4 walks. Not really great stuff, but only allowed the 1 earned run. Pitched himself out of a couple of jams, and really did a good job of managing damage control, managing the damage, so to say. But anyway, that would do it for Lowry and his third professional start. So that's pretty much going to do it for the episode. I've got a couple things to show you, though. We can take a look at his stats so far. So he's 2-0 through 3 starts, 20 and a third innings, 2.21 ERA. Our dips is 3.0 flat, so that's not too bad either. And our opponent's BABIP is 348, so that might even come down in the next couple of starts. So, alright, that is going to do it for me. Hope you guys did enjoy. Thanks for watching, and those I'm out. Peace.